4, all about branching. In this video, I'll show you what branching is, as well as how it works, why it's useful, and how to use it. Welcome back, everybody. In this video, we'll go over branching. You're probably wondering, what is branching even, and why is it even important? Well, let's get started with those questions. Branching is a feature of Git that allows you to have multiple versions of the same software. That way, you can have version 1 available for deployment or development at any given time, and version 2 where you can test it, play around with it, and even break it without any worries of messing up your code because you have a previous copy. And I'll show you a graph of how this looks. Each one of these dots represents a commit. Here you can see I've branched off, made some changes, and then pushed it back into my main master branch. It's a similar concept to forking a repository, making changes, and then sending a pull request, except that branching is essentially that on a more local repository level. It happens within your computer, rather than from one person's repository to another. And this is useful because it allows you to test features and then only merge them into your master branch whenever you're confident that it is ready and tested to be merged in. And if it goes wrong, well, you can always just cut it loose right there without any worries about your master branch. So let's get started and show you how this works. We're still in our previous repository from the previous exercise of first repo. We are on branch master, which is the default branch. And we have all of our changes that Adam just gave us. So right now, if I open Sublime, you can see we have our git ignore that is ignoring our README and our HTML right here with just a few things. We want to develop it, but we also want this copy available in case someone wants to check it out. So we can solve this by creating a branch. You can create a branch by running git branch and giving it a name. In this case, let's name our testing. There we go. You can switch your branch by running git checkout and then the branch name. And now we're on branch testing. And here's where that ZSH plugin comes in handy. It just lets you know what branch you're on. And when you have a lot of branches, it can save you a lot of time. So, now that we're on branch testing, let's make some changes. Let's go ahead and remove this from our git ignore because we've decided we want a README. Here's our index.html. Let's make some more changes. There we go. And now we have a change in our HTML as well as our git ignore file. This should be familiar to you by now. I'm just going to go ahead and add and commit these changes. And now testing is ahead by one commit than our master branch. And here's what our branch currently looks like on testing. We have this little addition that we just put here. Master does not have this yet, and I can demonstrate this by going back to master. Here is our master. Our git ignore is still ignoring our README, and our index does not have our changes. I'm still in the same repository. I'm still in the same directory, and yet my code doesn't exist. At least, not accessibly existing. However, I can just run git checkout right back to testing branch that I was working in, and my changes are still there and available. No worries there. We have our Jupyter was here and our git ignore. And you can see these changes live when I switch back. Just like that. But let's say we want our changes that we just made, and we like them. We want to keep them inside of our master, because we've tested them and approved them. I mean, what's the harm that 1H1 could do? We can run this by merging the branch in. This is simple, as you run git merge and then the name of the branch, in this case, testing. And now, there's our changes. Master branch now has all of these updated. It now has a little bit of code we worked on in the previous branch. And there you have it. We are ahead of origin master by one commit because now we have those changes. Let's go ahead and push this up. And we have our master and testing, and now our repository is up to date, at which point we no longer need the testing branch. And you can delete old branches by running git branch -d, and then the name of the branch you wish to delete. The -d flag in this case standing for delete. Also, when you're deleting a branch, make absolutely certain that you no longer need it, as when you delete it, it's gone. There is no going back. And if we run git branch now, you can see there's only one branch of master. And that's how you create a branch, delete branches, view branches, and create branches. I will see you in the next video to show you what happens if two people work on the same branch at the same time, and how to resolve merge conflicts.